what are breeders doing now that will affect dog breeding in the future? The truth is, anything negative that you're doing, any negative practice you do, would ultimately affect the breed that you're in future. So if you are breeding dogs with disqualifying faults, for those who are a bit technical, what you're doing is that you're dispersing the genes of disqualifying faults into the system. They might not show now, but they might appear in the third generation of your breeding or of someone else's breeding. You know, so what we need from people is responsible ownership. You know, and I can tell you for a fact that people will say, "Oh, but I spent so much money to get this dog. Why shouldn't I breed it?" But ultimately, we'll get to the point where we're able to identify those people and those dogs. And as the breed or kennel club would have to do responsibly, is we'll tell them to shut it down. And we'll tell and follow up people who are purchasing that I hope you are aware that these are health consequences that can arise from this particular puppies you purchase. I'm sorry, but I think it might come to that eventually. I think the main thing is recording. So if people are not keeping records of dogs that they own, dogs that they breed, dogs that they sell, that would be a challenge down the line, because you begin to have brother to brother, brother to sister breeding, for example, sister to father, if there isn't proper identification and anything to actually prove that this particular dog comes from a certain lineage. So I think the first thing that we need to do right is recording. And people must be honest about it. You microchip your dogs, that's the first point. Any puppy you have purchased or you're about to release, try and microchip them. I think the only breed that does it as, that is mandatory currently is the Boabo, okay? But that's because people have to register their dogs with a registry that isn't localized in Nigeria. But we do have local registries currently, but I don't know how well the information they have has been captured. So I think that's the main thing, that because from recording, if you have a dog that has a particular health issue, you can trace it to its siblings, its grandfather, its so recording is so important. I think that would help us going forward.